Hey, friend, I want to talk about something that I see all the time, especially after I step off stage or finish a panel. A woman will come up to me, sometimes with this urgent look in her eyes, and ask that one burning question that she's been holding on to the whole entire conference. And I get it. That question is usually sitting right at the edge of her next big move. And in that moment, I can offer a quick thought, maybe a shift in perspective, a challenge to reframe how she's seeing it. But what breaks my heart and honestly frustrates me is that this powerful woman is trying to build a strategy off a soundbite. She's hoping this 2-minute interaction is going to unlock her next level. And the truth, it won't. Not because she isn't brilliant, not because the advice isn't helpful, but because clarity doesn't come in fragments and transformation doesn't happen in drive-bys. We're going to talk about that today. Why we're so conditioned to chase coaching crumbs, how it creates internal spin, and how to start reclaiming your strategy with intention. Because heading into 2026, I want you to show up clear, not crowded, rooted, not reactive. This episode is for every woman who's done with the noise and ready to build from peace, not pressure. Let's get into it. Insight isn't integration. Let's just name it. We live in a content obsessed world. Podcasts, Instagram reels, courses, conferences. And while access to knowledge is powerful, it's not the same as transformation. Every week, I slow down to speed up. And if you've heard me talk before, you know I love to say that phrase because it's so intentional. So every week I sit on my back deck with my devotionals, a motivational book, and my journal. And I discern the past week and what the next week looks like and how I want to go into that next week. How do I want to show up? What do I want to do more of? What do I want to do less of? What do I want to start doing? And what do I want to stop doing? High level, I think about more, less, start, stop. It allows me to pause and reflect because oftentimes you can hear something brilliant, but if you don't have the space to sit in it, apply it, challenge it, or personalize it to your season or your calling, then it just becomes noise. Inspirational maybe, but not catalytic. And you don't get an ROI from a soundbite. You get it from a system. And that system starts with clarity, not crowdsourcing. Here, think of it this way. You're driving a car, all right? All of a sudden, the passenger grabs the wheel and starts helping you drive. Next, the person behind you in the back seat comes over the seat behind you and grabs another part of the wheel and helps you drive. Next, the person behind the passenger comes across the car, reaches over, grabs the wheel, and you all of a sudden, without intention or potentially even an ask, have 3 other people driving the car along with you. Do you get that picture? This is what you're doing. You're not stuck, you're spun. And every unvetted voice you listen to adds another hand on that wheel. And really, the hidden cost of crowdsourcing clarity is really when you pick too many brains, you lose your own. When you go around picking everyone else's brain, you give everyone equity into your mind, equity into your business, equity into your next move. You may not realize it, but every time you do that without discernment, you're inviting the wrong architects into your foundation. No wonder you feel stuck. Discernment is strategy, and strategy requires silence, stillness, and a very select few trusted voices who know how to build what you're actually building. The phrase been there, done that, or don't listen to somebody who hasn't done what you're wanting to do or been where you want to go lands in this, right? Think of that steering wheel again. 3 other people all over the car coming to try and drive. So how do we slow down to speed up? This is the part where we get real honest. If you're going to step into 2026 with power, we have to slow down long enough to ask, what am I still accepting that doesn't serve the person I'm becoming? I love a good fire list. If you listen to me and you hear about my end of the year ritual, my Q4 ritual, I often ask myself these 3 questions, and I do have a fire list, which starts with this first question. What do I need to fire myself from? What expectations do I need to cancel? They don't serve me anymore. I may have thought it was great at the beginning of the year, but now there's many pivots that happen throughout the year or shifts. What beliefs do I need to stop renting? This one lands, guys. Let me say that again. What beliefs do I need to stop renting? Are you borrowing somebody else's belief? Are you borrowing somebody's outline for your life? When you look at your goals, when you look at what you wanted to accomplish this year, do they still fill you up? Do they bring you joy? Or do they make you pause and think, what the heck was I thinking? In our accountability pod, we had somebody read off a goal and say, oh, I didn't make it. And I was like, wait a second. Like, how is that in flow with anything you wanted to accomplish this year? And they're like, yeah, I didn't think about that. At the beginning of the year, it sounded great. Really start to evaluate what happened this year for you and what you want to take in to 2026 and what you want to leave in Q4. I'm reading this book, The Motivation Manifesto by Brandon Burchard, and he talks about the roles we choose to play. And when we don't consciously choose, we default, we drift. And drifting never leads to legacy. So I want to ask you, what roles are you stepping into for 2026? Maybe it's a CEO role. Maybe it's a mother. Maybe it's a builder, investor, developer, girlfriend. What are you bringing forward into 2026? And what needs to be left in Q4? All right, friend, you don't need more input. You need more intention. You need coaching that anchors you, not accelerates your anxiety. You need strategy that strengthens your boundaries, not scatters your energy. So here's the challenge I leave you with. Schedule an hour with yourself this week. No screens, no podcasts. Finish this one first. No input, just you, a journal, maybe even a blank piece of paper if you don't have a journal, and the question, where am I letting someone else write the blueprint for my future? I mean, you wouldn't build a building on random advice, right? So don't build your future that way. If this episode has made you pause, that's the point. The goal here isn't to add more to your plate. It's to help you clear the clutter because you don't need another opinion. You need a strategy anchored in who you are, what you value, and where you're being called. As you step into this next season, I want you to remember, you don't need to outsource your power. You just need to reclaim your pace. Now, this topic may seem a little off for real estate developer discussions, but that's the intent and the point of this podcast. It's all the work that goes into being a real estate developer, to being a CEO, to being the driver of your future and your legacy, to get in the room, to call the BS, to slow down, to speed up, to be the architect of your legacy. And that's what I want to share with you today. It's power, purpose, and legacy. So let's build yours with intention. Let's go. Hey, friend, before you go, I want to say this. If real estate development has been on your heart or on your mind, we've built lanes to help you walk it out wherever you're starting from. Just exploring? Start out with our free live masterclass. Ready to do the reps and build the strategy? Join the Developer 101 Bootcamp. Already active and need to level up? Step into the Real Estate Development Academy. You don't have to figure this out alone. We can teach you, we guide you, and we walk with you. So head over to katiekim.com and book a call with our team today, and let's figure out the best first or next step for you. You're not behind. You're not too late, and you're definitely not too early. You're right on time. Let's go. The information in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not legal advice. It's not financial advice. It's not investment advice. Real estate development, like any investment, carries risk. Before you make decisions, you should always consult a licensed professional, your attorney, your CPA, or your financial advisor, to name a few, to make sure you're making the right choice for your situation. I'm here to share insights and strategy, but you're responsible for your own decisions, and each situation is unique. So make sure you contact your professional team to give you your specific guidance for your specific case, as each real estate development's different and unique and has its own challenges and opportunities.